Welcome to Goat Island. I'm your host, the Big Ka Huzzi, and this is your weekly sports. Let's get through the group stage with team sports. First off in football, we went 0 for 2 in the last week with our picks, but that's okay, because Liverpool just lifted the trophy, and with that marked the official end of season for the Premier League. I hope Arsenal takes these few months to really think about how they can be better and stop blaming everyone else for the fact that their best just isn't good enough. Anyway, Arne Slot. In the world of rugby, not sure if you know this, but we called it right on the money for our boys, the Stormers, with their W's over both Dragons and Cardiff Rugby. What a good month for the City Boys. Down low in Super Rugby Pacific, the Blues have one more match left in May, and we wish our boys the best against the Waratahs this Saturday. And just across the pond in the NRL, the Broncos have one more match this Saturday, but I've lost all hope. And the Warriors played the Raiders yesterday, and they lost. At least it's not just our new team that's losing, eh? But before we move on, let's just remember, Man United made it all the way to the Europa Finals just at us. I don't want to see any United supporters in a spur for at least a year. Let's exit the group chat and get to the hard-hitting highlights. It's time for combat sports. First in boxing, there was another DAZN fight card this past weekend. But I mean, does it matter? Look, at least DAZN is having regular fights, you know. But the results are at cruiserweight. Alois Jr. took out Jameson with a third round TKO. Collins got rid of McGregor in the fourth round with the TKO at featherweight. Then at heavyweight, Itauma got Balogun out of there inside the first 2 rounds. And in the main event, Isuman edged out the unanimous decision to stop Taylor in his welterweight tracks. Sadly, all of this means absolutely nothing for boxing. I feel like since the second week of May, I've just been explaining how bad of a month it is for the sport, but what can you do? There is at least the Caleb Plant card this weekend, but let's be honest, it's not a good sign when you have Canelo and Plant fighting in the same month and you think the Plant card is going to be better. Thank fuck this month is over, and that from next week we'll have some nice fights to look forward to in June. The UFC hasn't had the best month, but I mean, it did set up a lot of fights in the next 3 months, so we can't be too upset, you know? And 2 weeks ago, we went over the results for UFC 315, but we didn't actually check our predictions, so we only got 2 out of the 5 fights, right, on this main card in Benoit Saint Denis and Valentina, so yeah, we'll take the L for this one. But next week though, you'll get our picks for June and we'll bounce back with the W picks. Now, you can love it, you can hate it, but one thing is, you will respect it. Let's talk wrestling. This past week for WWE has probably been the second best, if not the best week since WrestleMania 41. Raw saw Gunther get his swag back, talking shit to Logan Paul. Fan favorite Rhea Ripley qualified for the women's Money in the Bank match, putting Mommy back in the wins column. And looks like Dom's got another hun interested in him, so he's getting chicken tendies left, right, and center. Over on SmackDown, they keep holding Yaramin Jacob Fatu back. But Tiffy Time keeps on proving that everyone else's time is up, and her time is now, as she keeps giving Charlotte emotional damage. And the WHAAAAT 6 made a surprise return, laying waste to the entire tag team division. On top of all of that, you had Bronson Reed not only returning, but aligning with the visionary Seth freaking Rollins at Saturday night's main event. And that wasn't it for the PLE. John Cena also confronted Jey Uso to foreshadow his interference in the World Heavyweight title match, which would have sucked if it worked. But it didn't, because we got Cody Rhodes returning with the assist for Jey against John. That being said, we're giving this past week for WWE a 8 out of 10 from us here on the island. There's only one more week in May, so unfortunately no big dates left in WWE, but I would look out for Monday Night Raw later today for a proper promo with Bronson Reed joining Seth, Paulie, and Braun, and expect a fire return promo from the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes on Friday Night SmackDown following his surprise return at Saturday night's main event. The results are in for Saturday night's main event 39, and we went 3 for 4. The closeted Timo Undertaker defeated Drew McIntyre in their steel cage match, but I mean, he's in the cage. So, did he really win though? Or did he just run away? Either way, we got this one wrong. The last real champion did exactly what we said he would and beat R-Truth in a squash match with a little cheating, but the word life wrestler John Cena picked up the dub. Then we had the tag team match between Seth and Company versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn. With this one, we couldn't have been more on the money. Not only did Braun and Rollins win the match, but we also got the return of Bronson Reed. And last but not least, we said we're riding with the bloodline always. And still, yay! Jey Uso defeated Logan Paul to retain the World Heavyweight title despite the interference from John Cena we didn't see coming. Before we finish up with wrestling, let's talk about the other guys. And MJF has officially been accepted in the Hurt Syndicate, and now best believe Tony Khan is going to milk this dynamic for all he can because, let's face it, the company doesn't have much else going for it. So if you weren't counting, for May 2025, we went 10 for 17 across 4 different sports. Not as good as April, but still almost 60% accuracy. We'll need to tighten up next month though. Listen, if you're alive, you've got time. And if you've got time, you've got no excuse. Don't let the day run you. Get up and get better. This is Ka Huzzi says so. Trust your instincts, bro. Your instincts got you here in the first place. Stop eating like your future self doesn't matter. Fat loss is simple math. Burn more, eat less, and do it consistently. You're not big boned. You're just undisciplined. Fix it. Muscle gain plateaued, or you're just lazy. Be honest. If the weights aren't getting heavier, neither are you. Recovery, reps, rest, enrage. Repeat that. Your muscles aren't confused. They're just unimpressed. Stop acting surprised that you run out of time. You didn't run out. You spent it poorly. Treat time like money and every hour like an investment. And you don't need more motivation. You need more movement. Actions builds belief. Start doing shit until your mind starts trusting you again. You're not stuck. You're just stalling. That's a wrap for this week's Sports Drop, and you should probably, like and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, drop a comment. And from Goat Island, this is the Big Ka Huzzi. We'll chat you again.